If you're someone who loves trophy hunting, but you don't want to grind 100 hours to pop a platinum, I've got 10 more easy games that you've got to add to your list. A few months ago, I made a video showing you 10 games that are amazing to platinum for beginners. You guys really seem to love that video. It's actually the most popular one on the channel. So I thought, let's run it back with 10 more games that are perfect for that platinum dopamine without the burnout that can come with some of those games. This list has something for everyone. We got PlayStation classics, horror games, cozy games. I even saved one of my all-time favorite games for the end of this video that you don't want to miss. Anyway, let's get right into this list. We're kicking things off with an iconic PlayStation exclusive. Coming in at number 1 is Infamous Second Son. This game gets a ton of love. It's a somewhat open world style game where you play as a kid named Delson trying to save his tribe from bad guys using his own unique powers. You can use these abilities for good or evil, which gets you 2 different endings to the game, both of which are required for the platinum trophy. It's never fun to have to play a game twice for a platinum in my opinion, but the game itself is pretty short and the gameplay is pretty fun, so I really didn't mind having to play it a second time to earn that platinum trophy. This is another one of those games that's actually part of a franchise, but I've never played any of them, so if they're worth it, like First Light, you gotta let me know in the comments. I loved playing through Second Son. This is a must play if you're looking for a fun platinum to add to your collection. Make sure that you check it out. I'm also fighting a sickness right now, so I'm sorry if I sound a little raspy. But the next game on this list had me in a literal chokehold for like 2 months, bro. I'm talking about Dave the Diver. This is a roguelike game where you play as a diver named Dave, and by day, you explore the depths of the waters around you and catch fish, and at night, you use those fish at a sushi restaurant. If you've never heard of it before, it might sound like a fever dream idea of a game, but trust me, it is an absolute blast. The ocean just has so much depth to it with so much to do. It never ever felt boring or repetitive to me. Diving into the water to find new fish or new gear that I needed, and the whole level up process for making sushi and leveling up the business was by far the most addictive part of the game. I was able to get almost every trophy in the game simply from playing through it start to finish while taking my time to explore the world and upgrade everything I could. These are always my favorite types of games to platinum, games where you don't have to grind random stuff for like 50 hours, but you're just able to play the game, experience all of it, and get most of the trophies. Technically, this game does have a missable trophy, so if you do decide to platinum it, make sure you check out a guide to make sure that you don't miss it. It's really not going to spoil the story or anything. But I loved this game. It's one of my absolute favorites that I got into in 2025, and I thought it would be a great addition to this list. I do want to give you a good amount of variety in this video, so they're not all the same type of game, so we're going to throw out a horror game up next. I platinumed this game just a few days ago to celebrate Halloween. It's perfect for this video. I'm talking about Amanda the Adventurer. There's a good chance you haven't heard of this game, but you play as this kid named Riley, whose aunt passed away and left you a message saying to basically explore the attic of her house. The entire game takes place here in the attic. You watch these creepy old VHS tapes of a kid's show, and then you solve puzzles around the attic to unlock more tapes and unravel more of the story. I can't lie, I enjoy this game a lot more than I thought I would. It's really not scary at all, which was kind of disappointing for Halloween when I played it, but the story was really interesting and the puzzles were actually pretty challenging. I was able to get the platinum in like 3 hours, which was super simple and fast. There's even a PS5 version and a PS4 version, which means that you can play the game once on one version, get all the trophies, get the platinum, and then download the other version and do the same thing. So really, you can get 2 platinums pretty quickly for this game. Super easy, really underrated game that you should definitely check out, especially if you're into creepy puzzle type games. Next up, we've got another easy game with a phenomenal story. This is one of my very first platinums on my account, and I'm talking about Life is Strange. This is another Telltale-like game where you play as Max, a girl in school who has this really cool ability to rewind time. This game mechanic is really interesting. You don't really see it in other games, and it made the experience for this one unforgettable. In this game, you'll make a lot of big decisions as the story unfolds that impact how the game ends, and things get absolutely crazy. This video is going to be spoiler free for all of the games, so I'm not going to say anything more about the story so I don't spoil it for you, but the platinum for it is really simple. All you got to do is beat the game start to finish. There are some optional tasks that you'll have to complete and photos to take and stuff like that, but this game has chapter select, so cleanup is really easy. Apparently this game has like sequels and spin-offs and stuff like that. I've never played any of them, so if you have and they're good, if you have any information, let me know in the comments if they're worth checking out. Life is Strange is awesome. It's an easy platinum that you should definitely add to your collection. Let's move on though. The next game I got for you is one of my most recent games that I platinumed, and it's the last game I made a video about here on the channel. It somehow took me 20 years to get around to this game, but I think Bully is an amazing game to add to this list. I'm not sure why I never got around to playing this game, but I wanted to do a video here on the channel where I platinum a game from every generation of PlayStation, and Bully was my pick for PlayStation 2. You can check the video up here in the corner for the full breakdown of Bully's platinum, but you play as this kid named Jimmy Hopkins, a troubled kid who gets sent to a boarding school with bullies, messed up teachers. It's just a complete mess. Obviously, you get a bully the other kids with all sorts of methods, but there's also a ton of side stuff in this game like races, lawn mowing, and attending classes. It was a lot more than I expected, but all of it was an absolute blast. There's a decent overall story to it, but it definitely takes a backseat to the world and the gameplay, which is what I think most people love spending their time doing. This game is great to platinum for beginners because there aren't too many challenges or like hard things to do. A lot of the trophies come from the main story and then bullying kids in just about every way that you can think of. Bully is probably the most grindy platinum on this list, and I thought about taking it off, but if you're thinking about being a trophy hunter, this game is a good litmus test to see how much grinding you're willing to do for a platinum trophy. Maybe you'll platinum it and feel like it was super easy, or maybe you'll platinum it and feel like it was not worth all the time you put into it. I really can't answer that for you. It probably took me about 20 to 25 hours to platinum it, which for me was pretty doable. Regardless, I'm putting Bully on the list. It was a really enjoyable platinum, and I would definitely give it a go if you're like me and you've somehow never played it before. Before we get to the back half of this list, if you're enjoying the video so far, hit that subscribe button. It helps me feed my dog so she doesn't get mad at me. Let's get into number 6 though. I want to continue giving you different styles of games, so that hopefully there are multiple on this list that you haven't checked out. We're keeping that trend up with a newer game I platinum this year, and that game is called Animal Well. Animal Well is a pixelated Metroidvania type game where you literally play as this tiny little blob, and that's pretty much it. There's no dialogue, no direct storytelling. You just explore the world and fight bosses in an attempt to escape the well. The game does a perfect job of giving you items and abilities so you can explore. This game was really fun. I was actually kind of surprised by how much I enjoyed playing it. The platinum for this game was pretty straightforward. There aren't really any missable trophies to worry about. You just gotta take down all the bosses and find all the collectibles in the game. The game has like 65 eggs around the world that are hidden in specific places. These can be a bit tedious because they're super hard to find and can be kind of tricky to track down. But even with that grind and that trophy, I think I got this platinum in like 12 hours just playing through it and enjoying it. So really not too bad at all. If you like the gameplay and general idea of games like Hollow Knight, but you want something a little more forgiving, Animal Well is a perfect game for you. I love the world. I love the gameplay. It's a super easy game that I highly recommend platinuming if you haven't checked it out yet. Only a couple games left on this list, but they are some of my favorites I've played. I never would have played this next one without my friend Nathan suggesting it. Big shout out to Nathan. He watches all these videos and I'm sure he's going to see this, but I couldn't make this video without throwing in a little indie game called Dredge. Dredge is a single player adventure game where you play exclusively on this boat. You show up to this area that's got some weird curse stuff going on. It's actually a pretty engaging story as you try to learn more and break the curse. But the real fun in this game comes from everything that you do out in the open water. The game has tons of unique fish that you can catch and has a really addicting upgrade path for you to expand your ship, get better at catching fish. It's just a masterpiece. I spent a lot of late nights convincing myself to make one more trek out to get some more fish, man. A lot of late nights. To get the platinum for Dredge, you really just need to catch every type of fish and complete all of the main and side quests that the game has to offer. It can be a little daunting trying to catch every type of fish, but the game does a great job helping you track what you've caught and showing you how to catch the fish that you haven't caught yet. All in all, I think it took me about 20 hours to platinum it, but it was a very enjoyable 20 hours. Dredge is amazing. It's also what led me to play Dave the Diver. I finished Dredge. I thought it was really fun. I wanted a similar type of game. I'm really glad I got to platinum both these games and I got them on the list. Dredge is great. Make sure you check it out. I'm pretty sure it's included if you have a PlayStation Plus membership, and it's a very strong game to have on this list. Up next, I got a super chill game for you casual gamers who don't want to stress out or worry about fast-paced action. It's basically a walking movie. I'm talking about Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. There's a good chance you haven't heard of this game, which is why I wanted to put it on the list. This was one of those included PlayStation Plus games several years ago. It was the only reason I checked it out, and I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. The title of the game kind of spoils the story a bit, but you basically walk your way through this town where everybody's just disappeared. You observe these memories of the villagers and piece together the lives that people had here before everybody disappeared. It is extremely laid back and takes maybe 2 hours to complete it on your first playthrough. The platinum for this game requires you to explore the entire story and collect all the different memories that exist in the world. There are a good handful of random things that you have to do for trophies, so you might need to look up a guide, but they are super easy, and once you know what the trophies are, they take 2 seconds to do in game. I promise it's not difficult at all. Like I said, this is a great game if you want something more laid back and casual. It's a very quick platinum that's worth checking out. Like I said, it's low commitment and you can literally knock it out in a single day. Our penultimate entry goes to one of my favorite childhood games. I'm always down to gas up this franchise on the channel. It's an iconic game with iconic characters. Coming in at number 9 is Sly Cooper 2. I love Sly Cooper. I'm throwing in Sly 2 specifically because it's my favorite game, but really all 4 of these in the franchise have really easy platinums. Sly 2 is a random game my parents bought for me like 20 years ago, and they got me a PlayStation 2, and it made me fall in love with this franchise. These games are Robin Hood style, where you play as a thief named Sly, who's a raccoon coming from a long line of famous thieves. You're part of a trio with a big strong hippo named Murray and the brains of the operation in the form of a turtle named Bentley. The games typically take place over several different locations where you perform missions, take down bosses, and explore the world to collect loot to level up your characters. It is a really wholesome game, and the platinum trophies are so simple. The hardest trophies in these games come from collecting all the green bottles in each area. This really isn't that hard because they make loud noises when you're close to them, so they're not that hard to find. I promise you'll be fine. I say this on the channel every time I talk about this game, but apparently there's like a PS5 remaster of the original 3 games, which means that there are 3 more platinums out there that I could earn. If you want to see a video where we go through the Sly trilogy like that, make sure you let me know in the comments. I will hype up this game till the day I die. It's a core memory of my childhood, and Sucker Punch just always slaps with their games. It's why so many of them are on this list, including Sly 2 at number 9. A lot of you are going to click off when I show you what number 10 is, so make sure you take 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button if this video has been helpful for you at all. It helps me grow my content and forces YouTube to give me more money to feed my dog. We both appreciate your support. But wrapping up our list, number 10 is going to be one of my favorite games of all time, and probably the most beautiful game I've ever played. This probably won't come as a shock to a lot of people. It's literally the thumbnail of this video, but I can't ignore how goated Ghost of Tsushima is. This game is freaking awesome, and Sucker Punch Studios just peaks with every game they make, bro. Tsushima is all about the life of a samurai. You play as Jin Sakai, whose home is invaded by the Mongols, and you have to hunt down the big bad boss and retake your homeland. It has to be one of the most beautiful worlds I've ever played in. The swordplay is so much fun, and the story is immaculate. The main character struggles with this idea of doing what is honorable versus doing whatever it takes to protect those you love. This game gets a ton of praise, and rightfully so. The platinum trophy is also made beautifully. There's no difficulty, so you can play on whatever difficulty you want, but like most games, you are gonna have to finish the story and clean up the side quests and collectibles. The game does a really good job equipping you with tools to hunt down the collectibles too, which I really appreciated. I'm halfway through trying to platinum Ghost of Tsushima on lethal difficulty, and I might like this game more than Tsushima. I don't know. If you've played either of them or both of them, you gotta let me know which one you like more in the comments. You should also check out the BasiliskPlats YouTube channel, where I've uploaded the full playthrough of Yote. You gotta check it out. If you've somehow never experienced Ghost of Tsushima or Ghost of Yote, you're doing yourself a massive disservice, and you've gotta give these games a try. And there you have it. 10 more games that are perfect to platinum if you're just getting into trophy hunting. Every single one of these gave you that nice dopamine rush without having to put in 50 hours and feeling burnt out. Hopefully you found a couple to add to your list too. If you have any other ideas or fun platinums you think I should try, make sure you drop them down in the comments. I read every single one, and I always love looking for new games to hunt. By the way, if you haven't seen my video on Bully's platinum trophy yet, that one was such a fun experience. You can click the video right here to check it out. I broke down the whole experience to show you why it's still fun to play in 2025. You can also check out this video if you haven't seen it yet, because I'm sure you would enjoy it. But for now, I think that's all I got for you. I hope you know Jesus loves you, and so do I. We'll see you in the next one.